from Pasadena, California, NBC presents the 129th Rose Parade presented by Honda. Now, here are your hosts, Hoda Kotb and Al Roker.
Well, hello, everybody. We hope you're having a lovely Monday so far. Can we just say Happy New Year? Welcome to the 129th Annual Tournament of Roses Parade presented by Honda. Al, it's always so great to be back hosting with you. And am I right on this? This is your 21st Rose Parade, so congratulations, you're legal. You can drink now.
That's right. In fact, we already got started. It's a blast being here with you in Pasadena, and we've got a feeling today's parade is going to be very special. We've got some special guests, including Andy Grammer.
What?
We've got the Grammy Award-winning hitmakers
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
And today's Grand Marshal, actor Gary Sinise. We're also going to be treated to an opening show unlike one we've never seen before, starring the super talented Todrick Hall. So many amazing floats, bands, more on the way. Everything's literally coming up roses, just like our beautiful float here at our booth. Thanks to the talented folks at FTD. And I want to thank our pals at Jackson Limousine for getting us here this morning safe and sound. Definitely a lot to talk about. So join the conversation. Use the hashtag NBC Rose Parade at Hoda Kotb at Al Roker.
This is amazing. So let's put the rose pedal to the metal, and I say we get this party started.
Now.
Happy New Year, everyone, and welcome to the 2018 Rose Parade. I am amazing Andy Grammer and Todrick Hall.
Thank you so much, Queen Isabella. Happy New Year to everybody that's watching. I hope you're ready for an incredible show.
Absolutely. Todrick, you ready?
I am so ready. I couldn't be readier. Today is going to be an epic, amazing, spectacular day, and it's such a great way to bring in 2018. Isn't that right? Pasadena's tradition, by definition, is street art through nature's gems. So now it's go live time. Our hearts are on cloud nine, because the beauty's about to begin.
From Pasadena, California, it's the 129th Rose Parade, presented by Honda.
Hello, everyone! So glad you could make it. The powers these flowers possess. Every rose feels creation, and brand band ovation is made up by hundreds of hands. Those rose queen coronations, kind soldier formations, inspire generations of fans. But if you wonder why each year we're all drawn back to here, where football and flowers meet, in a fair that smells so sweet, it's straight from the heart and into the street. A mystifying phenomenon, but one that you can count upon to get your New Year riff on right. And the world's made a bit more right by this joy-generating sign that's straight from the heart and into the street. K9's doing crazy tricks, TV stars with network hits, mascot cheers with dope high kicks, some heroes all admire. Mixing fans from distant lands, equestrians, some thespians, pandas, parrots, egrets, yes, a dragon that breathes fire. Wow! Gotta love what you see here, Pasadena, a new year. Boom, go the blooms with the brass. And the world's made a bit more right by this joy-generating sign that's straight from the heart and into the street. Oh, them floats though. People who make them, who form them and shape them, make the difference with the power of we. You'll see, with much human kindness, they'll enrich us, remind us of what this big world can be. Oh, now look who's arriving. No way I'm surviving. Hashtag for the win. Ladies and gentlemen, the Rose Parade Grand Marshal, Gary Sinise.
Good morning! Happy New Year, everybody! Are you ready for a parade? Then let's get
And there we go. And no opening would be complete without a flyover from the incredibly cool B-2 Spirit stealth bomber. And joining the stealth bomber today, we've got two F-35s coming out of Edwards Air Force Base.
Wow, just listen to those, Al. Today's flyover honors Altadena native Major Benjamin Czexmeyer. He was an Air Force pilot who flew in combat missions over Afghanistan, Iraq, and Libya. Before his death, in 2015, he served as a test pilot on the F-35 lighting that you see to the left in the B-2s. We want to thank him and all of our military for their service and for bringing us this awe-inspiring sight this morning.
It is. I never get tired of seeing that.
Never. And by the way, this is the way to kick off a parade. That opening number was sick.
That
right?
was crazy stuff. An amazing way to get things started. And every year, the Tournament of Roses picks a new theme to set the stage for all the floats that we're going to see here today. And this one is truly powerful.
Yeah, this one is called Making a Difference. It's a celebration of all the ways people around the globe bring joy and change for the better to a bunch of people's lives. I think it's just a great message to kick off the new year, right now?
It really is. And in addition, listen to folks just cheering everything that's been going on. And embodying today's theme, each float in the parade has to be covered entirely with flowers or other natural materials. So it's not only one of the most beautiful parades in the world, it's not only the best smelling, but it's the most organic.
And by the way, I got to say, I got a winter coat on because why not? And I like red. Both for the Sooners and for the Dogs.
Exactly.
But the temps are going to warm up. What do we have
happening? Right now,
it's
about 63 degrees. It's going to get up to 76 during the parade.
Well, if you like music, you guys are going to love this parade, all right? We got Andy Grammer here. We have Earth, Wind, and Fire. And also, if you guys are fans of America's Got Talent, you probably never forgot the finalist named Kechi.
Oh, so
she was
inspirational.
The young girl from Nigeria who was burned on a lot of her body. She's going to be here performing.
And, of course, we already saw our Grand Marshal, Academy Award-winning nominated actor Gary Sinise, who, by the way, lived here in Pasadena while he was filming Forrest Gump.
Lieutenant
Dan. He was filming here and living here while they were doing that parade.
One of the cool things about being in Pasadena during this parade is when we ride in the morning, you see all the chairs lined up. They're expecting 700,000 to 800,000 people to line the parade route.
That's right.
And people camp out for days.
Yep. We got 44 floats, 21 marching bands, 18 equestrian units. And guess what? This is NBC's 91st year of covering the Rose Parade. I was there, and it was a little different back then.
The Rose Parade, by the way, in case you were wondering, it's always held on New Year's Day, just like today, unless, and this has happened to us once, New Year's falls on a Sunday, and then it's held on January 2nd. But I have to say, the Sunsplash Day that we're having, and because the Dogs are playing the Sooners, all you see is a sea of red because each team is represented by the color red, and there's a lot. It's a lot of fun watching these teams.
Oh my gosh! Well, I'm going to the game for the first time in 21 years of covering this because my wife is a Georgia Bulldog.
Of course she is.
And so we are going to see the Bulldogs take on the Sooners. It's going to be pretty exciting.
Can I just say something on behalf of the Sooners? Both my mom and my dad are OU grads.
Oh, wow.
So they are Sooners. So it's going to be a fun game.
Do we place a little side bet on this?
Let's do it. What should we do? 20?
The winner gets Kathy Lee.
Then I already won, baby. I already won.
There's Todrick.
Todrick Hall, you're watching. If you don't know who he is, your kids definitely do know who he is. He's really kind of splashed onto the scene, especially of late. But
that's right. Right now he's on Broadway, starring as Billy Flynn in Chicago.
He is so talented. He's got incredible music videos out there.
He's got 7 million subscribers on his YouTube channel with over 500 million views.
And we're going to button up the end of this parade, we're going to have Andy Grammer performing, who just last night was in Times Square singing live.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. Well, pulling into the station right now, the first float, it is the American Honda Motor Company's Power of Dreams Express. It's our presenting sponsor, Honda's Power of Dreams. It represents the commitment to an engine of good in the community. A whimsical and kinetic float. It's one of the longest in the parade at 110 feet. It's the only float that asks the timeless question, Hoda.
What's that?
What if a train were made up entirely of a musical instrument?
Well, that's right. It's got a brass-inspired front car. It's shooting fireworks, if you look, oversized drums, a center car spurting bubbles. It's got a piano-playing caboose. This locomotive's ready for the locomotion. Along for the ride are Honda community volunteers and members of organizations who make dreams come true for children. And these organizations are represented by the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation, the National Youth Project, using mini bikes, the Pediatric Brain Tumor Foundation of the United States, and Nicholas Children's Hospital. And this is great. This is an awesome float.
You know, Honda's been working with the Rose Association since for 58 years, which is pretty amazing.
When you think about, Al, just the intricacy and how a lot of these things are put on these floats with tweezers just to make sure they're done just right.
Look at the detail. Those are seeds, some sort of the flax, whatever, beans, all sorts of things covering that.
All right, every parade, Al, needs a little horsepower to rev things up. Helping us kick things off this morning, the U.S. Marine Corps mounted color guard from Barstow, California. This is one of 18 equestrian units we're going to see today, and we're so grateful to have these folks here to help us ride into 2018 with class and dignity. Each Marine is mounted on a Mustang that was adopted through the Bureau of Land Management's Adopt a Horse program. So, Al, I can kind of picture you taming a Mustang somehow.
I can barely drive a Mustang, let alone tame one. What are you, crazy? And you're starting to hear that big brass sound. This is more than 76 trombones, and it leading up to a big parade, the Marine Corps West Coast Composite Band. They're made up of 3 Marine bands stationed on the West Coast. The Marine Band San Diego, the 1st Marine Division Band, and the 3rd Marine Aircraft Wing Band. This parade is the only time the bands will combine for any performance this year, and we are so lucky to have them here with us this year.
We certainly are. Let's take a little listen. We've been talking a lot about the guy who is the Grand Marshal of this parade.
Yep.
And he is going to be coming up in just a little bit. We have Gary Sinise,
That's right.
Earth, Wind, and Fire, Andy Grammer,
so much more. So many fantastic floats, equestrians, and breathtaking bands to come. Stick around for more amazing alliteration as we celebrate the 129th Rose Parade, presented by Honda, right here on NBC. Welcome back to NBC's coverage of the 129th Tournament of Roses Parade. And if this next float doesn't make you proud and misty, nothing will. It's the winner of the Director Trophy, the Oddfellows and Rebecca's salute to Purple Heart recipients and their sacrifice to serve, paying respect to the brave men and women who have been wounded in duty to our country. The float features the biggest Purple Heart medal you will ever see. It's attached to a flowing ribbon studded with fluorographs of Purple Heart recipients.
And coming up here is the Fantasy Trophy winner. Who said chivalry's dead? This next float shows us alive and well. This is a marvelous medieval scene. It features 40,000 flowers and comes by way of the Sierra Madre Rose Float Association. Here we have a young knight in training using a handy-dandy first aid kit to help the wounded dragon. Ooh. How cute is that? I hope that doesn't burn.
You are on fire.
Yes, baby.
Speaking of on fire, salute the red, white, and blue. Joining us now from New Hampshire, the Londonderry High School Marching Band and Color Guard, most well-traveled band in New England, raising a whole lot of money to get here. Not only did they hold raffles for tickets to the Red Sox, Bruins, and Patriots, sold mattresses, Yankee candles, calendar, pizza, and cookie dough. A lot of dough so that they could make some dough and get here.
I like that. Let's take a listen. Nice shot.
Wow, they are beautiful.
I can picture every parent with their nose pressed to the screen saying, "There's my kid. There's my kid."
And then them tweeting us to say, "Shut up and let them play." well, we've got a lot more. We're just getting started here in Pasadena.
Yeah, we are. Coverage of the 129th Annual Rose Parade presented by Honda continues on NBC. Do not go anywhere. So much ahead.
Can you give me a minute?
Welcome back, everybody. It's the 129th Annual Rose Parade.
That's right. And all you can do is marvel at this beautiful entry from the Lions Club International, dedicated to preserving our environment. A stunner that's been decorated top to bottom with more than 110,000 flowers, along with redwood bark, paper bark, cedar shingles, and so many more natural materials.
Yeah, that is a gorgeous float they've got rolling down the street. All right. Hey, Al, can you give me a minute of your time?
Yeah, absolutely.
How about a minute for the University of Massachusetts Minutemen Marching Band? More than 400 students make up this award-winning group. They're known as the Power and Class of New England. They've got a top-notch drum line and a bold, great group of people. We welcome them here.
Well, it's the little things in life that can really make you smile, and these little guys and gals are doing just the trick right now. Miniature horses proudly parading here today thanks to the hard work of the SoCal Mini Horse Sanctuary. Each one of the horses rescued from an uncertain future, thriving today thanks to the sanctuary's angels. And it just goes to show a little love can go a long way.
How adorable are those, by the way?
Wow, those are prettier than Victoria's Secret's models. I love them.
All right, you don't have to be a horse whisperer to commune with these great animals. They're beautiful. They're kind of mini therapy horses of Calabasas. This is an all-volunteer nonprofit charity. It provides 24/7 therapeutic benefits to kids and adults in need, and from survivors of San Bernardino to sick kids staying at the Ronald McDonald House. These little guys soothe them.
I mean, they're under 30 inches tall. The size of these 7 horses enable them to offer relief and comfort to folks. They give high fives, squeak rubber chickens, and play a battery-operated keyboard. Actually, they could probably do this parade much better than me. All right, a lot of beautiful animals and environments depicted on this winner of the Mayor Trophy. It's a doozy. It's from the city of Torrance, their recreation of the Madrona Marsh Preserve, which is home to more than 1,000 species of rare plants and animals. An urban oasis includes egrets, butterflies, and dragonflies brought to life with everything from marigold petals to coconut flakes.
What's cool about this one is community members of all ages help decorate this float. It's designed by a local high school senior. It's all part of Torrance's effort to promote the conservation and care of these diverse wetlands. And further efforts, the American Rose Society will mark its 125th anniversary by releasing a rose named after the city. Talk about the sweet smell of success.
That is beautiful.
Again, the winner of the Mayor's Trophy. So congrats to them. When you look, I love how we're zooming in so tight this year. You get to see how much work went in to making these floats out.
I mean, a lot of the times you'll see the black, it's either some sort of dark lentil seed or seaweed covering it, because every inch has to be covered by some sort of natural material, plant material.
I hear a sound.
That's right.
And that is celebrating the 150th anniversary of their hometown. Let's welcome the Lewisburg High School Marching Wildcat Band, all the way from Kansas, wearing their traditional power purple. These gifted musicians raised more than $187,000 to be here. They had a letter writing campaign that drew donations from all 50 states. A scholarship fund was set up to assist students in need, ensuring, you guys, that not a single band member was left behind. They all got to make the trip here to Pasadena, and they are marching proud.
Let's listen in. You know, every November 11th at the 11th hour, the band performs at the Lewisburg and Miami County Veterans Day ceremony, fostering a spirit of positive patriotism. Hey, let's go back in time now. The famous Wells Fargo stagecoaches. These are spot-on reproductions of the Abbott Downing coaches of the 1800s coming up behind the band.
Right
there
behind.
they
There
are.
they go.
Okay, 6 strong, handsome American quarter and American paint horses, pulling each of them, not to be outdone. All the team members are wearing period costumes inspired by the 1800s. Now, I wonder if any of these looks will be coming back in style this year. It's the first time Wells Fargo has been participating in the parade that the coaches are pulled by 6 horses rather than 4. Mark Twain described this style of stagecoach as a cradle on wheels.
Oh, nice.
Maybe you get one for Haley Joy.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, we have so much ahead. We still have Andy Grammer ahead.
That's
we have
right.
Earth, Wind, and Fire. We have these gorgeous floats that are coming. Some of them are so intricate and exotic. I think that they're going to be worth taking some time and gazing at, Al.
So much more to come as we continue the 129th Tournament of Roses Parade coverage right here on NBC.
BC.
And thanks for joining us for NBC's coverage of the 129th Rose Parade, presented by Honda.
Oh my God, there's such energy here. All right, so what you're looking at now is our float from the Dole Packaged Foods. It's a reminder it can be a jungle out there. Check this elaborate float out. There's a rainforest, a wetland, an ocean, so why not work together to live in harmony? Presenting an exotic array of animals coexisting in peace. This entry is entitled Sharing Nature's Bounty. It underscores Dole's efforts to foster community spirit, improve the quality of life for people everywhere. And by the way, this float won the Grand Marshal Trophy.
All right, listen up. The sound of 280 high school students rocking Pasadena right now, all the way from Alabama. It's the Albertville High School Aggie Band, celebrating 92 years, definitely making their hometown proud. Speaking of hometown pride, Albertville is also the home of the world's largest manufacturer of fire hydrants, making it the fire hydrant capital of the world and a popular destination for pooches everywhere. Let's listen.
All right.
Aggie Band, just one of 21 of those bands playing right now.
I got a question for you, Al.
Okay.
Who wants to be like a rhinestone cowboy when you could be a rhinestone cowgirl? These fierce females are the Norco Cowgirls rodeo drill team from Southern Cal. They're known for their precision and daring maneuvers, riding out on horses and star-spangled rodeos. But their talent, it doesn't stop there. These fabulous lime green metallic shirts were all custom made by these ladies.
Wow, talk about being in the limelight.
Yuck, yuck.
The Norco Cowgirls Junior Drill Team features girls ages 11 to 17. They've got 7 mom-daughter pairs between the two teams, and not to be outdone, there's even one 3-generation trio rodeo that runs in the family. That is family spirit. That's a lot of waving. 5.5 miles they'll be waving. Pretty cool.
Oh, there's a good one coming around the bend, Al.
That's right.
Yeah.
We want to turn up our attention to a float that'll really make your daisy.
Oh, no.
It's Kaiser Permanente, inspiring communities to eat healthy and be active with one seriously animated garden with more than 46 moving parts. It's a float that's a real peach.
Oh.
Share it with a friend and you'll be like 2 peas in a pod. But you better hail a cabbage and get to it before that hungry caterpillar does. Looks like he's in the mood for some appetizers. I'm here all day. Try the veal.
Oh my God, Al! You outdid yourself. Those are pretty good pumpkins. Did you see what I did there?
I heard what you did. They got more than 12,000 green roses decking out the gardens. I've never seen green roses before. And 4,000 orange roses actually serve as the center of those sunflowers you see right there. And believe it or not, the gardeners are all real. So that's good.
And a lot of these, when you see how these roses, now everything's put together, you have to remember that a lot of these volunteers are using tweezers to place these tiny little mustard seeds and things in the exact spot they need to be in. And often for the roses, there are tiny little vials of water that are all in there. All right, here comes the man of the hour, the Tournament of Roses president, Lance Tibbett, born and raised in Pasadena. Mr. Tibbett has been volunteering with the Tournament of Roses for more than 35 years, following in the footsteps of his father, who volunteered for 24 years. There he is.
He's got his own Secret Service detail. That's
yeah,
pretty good.
He does.
That's pretty good. Here's a tidbit about Mr. Tibbett. A tidbit about Tibbett. He's making his way down the parade route in a sleek 1929 Packard. It's an unusual model of the luxury car featuring right-hand drive, a separate windshield for passengers in the back seat. Don't see that one every day. All right, saddling up right now, a longtime parade favorite, the Scripps Miramar Ranch with some beautiful American saddlebred horses. One very special guest, TV personality and trail boss for the day, Carson Kresley. Way to go, partner. All the high-stepping horses were selected to join the parade based on criteria like size, beauty, athleticism, and cheerful temperament, just like your parade hosts.
The Rose Parade's a family tradition for the owner, Michelle McFarland, and his year's horses represent 8 generations of Scripps Miramar breeding program. It makes you feel like the Old West. All right, a new year brings an ocean of possibility, and that's the spirit behind this fishy float, courtesy of Western Asset Management Company. It's a celebration of sea life as a pair of dolphins, a trio of humpback whales, they swim down the street alongside a giant moving sea turtle and all sorts of fish.
That is impressive. I mean, the attention to detail is so noteworthy. They're brought to life with materials like you can find in your own kitchen. Coffee, onion powder, cinnamon, walnuts, raisins, cranberries, even split peas. That would make one really weird soup. And you may notice bubbles filling the air around the float. This is one of 4 floats that use bubbles for the entire parade. And we want to bring you an ocean of possibilities to make a difference in someone's life.
Nice, beautiful.
And there's Dory. I think there's Dory. And there are the bubbles.
Oh, I see him.
You know, it's a good thing the weather was good today because, you know, when it rains, you can literally add a ton to the actual weight of the float because of the rain, because of all the natural materials absorb so much. They actually have to make sure these are load tested to be able to carry a ton more, literally 2,000 pounds more than its actual weight.
Wow.
Well, every band in this parade is remarkable in one way or another. Check out the kids in the Kyoto Tachibana High School Green Band. They're making their first appearance since 2012. The group has active choreography of all Japanese marching bands, and let me tell you, it shows.
It's got 200 members. This band employs continuous dance style movement. We're gonna watch them groove. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. And the crowd is loving it. Yeah. Oh, you go, girls. They're going to do this for 5.5 miles. I like it. And the crowd is digging it.
Who needs Weight Watchers for me after that? I've got to get in line with them, and that would take care of that.
All right. Well, remember, you can join the conversation about this on Twitter using the hashtag NBC Rose Parade, at Hoda Kotb, at Al Roker. And we got so many more surprises in store. Special guests coming this way. Andy Grammer, Earth, Wind, and Fire. So much more as the tradition continues. Stay with us. Coverage of the 129th Rose Parade, presented by Honda, continues right after the break here on NBC. Do not go away. And welcome back.
Welcome back, you guys, to the 129th Annual Rose Parade. You are looking at the always exciting Ronald Reagan High School Marching Band. This group is making their Rose Parade debut. We want to extend a warm welcome to the San Antonio natives. They were selected for the parade while competing in the Bands of America Grand National Championships with a performance entitled One Love. And they are definitely bringing the love here today. The Gipper would be proud.
right, here's one of my favorites and a crowd pleaser, Los Hermanos Banuelos Charro Team. They were founded in 1995 in Southern California. They are a proud Mexican charro team that sports only the most authentic charro attire, and they promote heritage and culture, teaching kids respect for people and animals in all walks of life, and their roping skills are amazing.